this is a test of process. This is my first time trying to get this up and running. So we wanted to spend some time before the Kickstarter ends to talk about some of the things in production for Empire's Fall and the miniatures that are coming out that will help support that product line. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for contributing and sharing the link to the Kickstarter, sharing it with your friends and whatnot. Those of you that just want to support us and don't want the game or anything, but just like the idea of what we're doing, there is a tip jar, or you can contribute a reward without any reward. Both of those are viable options. I think everybody wants a t-shirt. So even if that, I was thinking there was a couple of groups I belong to that have 8,000 plus members. If each one of those members contribute $1, we would have reached our goal on day one. So just think about that. Many hands make light lifting, as they say. We also were thinking about moving forward, what your ideas are on giving you a monthly subscription box, where if you have got in on Shattered Crown, or you've got in on Empire's Falls using the Guards rule system for both of those, we would send you miniatures and tokens and stat card upgrades to keep your armies fresh. Because as you know, we have over 2,000 miniatures in our collection. We're coming out with new stuff all the time. So what do you guys think about that? Having a subscription box service where, maybe we created a Patreon, or and for all our Patreons that subscribed, we would just send you miniatures every month, and tokens and cards and swag, as it were. Custom decal sheets, that kind of thing. And speaking of custom decals, we have just for the 761st Tank Battalion for Empire's Fall, we have custom decal sheets, so you can name your tanks based on the names that were given the tanks in World War II by the 761st Tank Battalion. So I thought that would be something that people would really, really enjoy, as well as the regular stuff that you get just for backing it. You get, of course, the rule books, a quick reference guide. You get a tank with the 761st Tank Battalion. You get the decals that come with the tank, the 5-man dismounted infantry representing the crew of the tank. You get 10 German infantry. You get dice. You get the dice bag in which to pull your tokens from. You get a full set of tokens. Everything you need to play the game, all the tokens and counters. I think you'll find that unique and makes it easy to keep track of the gameplay and how the game flows. All that is wrapped into a really nice little skirmish package. Now, if you want to expand on that, just donate to the Kickstarter for the amount of the things that you want, and we can customize an army for you in that 2-player starter set. For example, we had one gentleman said he wanted to have the Harlem Hellfighters as his opposing army to go with the 761st, and we can totally do that because we manufacture all of that ourselves. So it's very, very easy for us to be able to customize your 2-player starter set for the armies that you want as combatants in our skirmish game. The rules will work for all of them. As far as the new miniatures that we have coming, as well as the what-if tanks, the sci-fi tanks, the prototype tanks, we'll have battle suits for each of the nations, 2 suits representing the Holy Roman Empire, one for the Italians, one for the Germans, a Soviet suit, and an American suit. All those battle suits are equal to the Dreadnought battle suit that we had in Shattered Crown. The what-if tanks, the E-series of Panzers, the late war tanks that were in production but didn't make it to the battlefield before the war ended. So all that'll be there, so you can extend the game out and add all the different weird war options that you want. We're not here to tell you how to play. We're just giving you the tools to play with. So hopefully you guys will have a lot of fun with that and be able to customize your armies and make them unique with all the products that we're providing for you. And we're very mindful of the whole hobby aspect of the game, where you pick your game, you play your rules, you collect your army, you paint it, you put it on the table, and then you play, right? But some people are just into like collecting rules. Great. Love it. Some people just are collecting miniatures. Great. Love it. Some people just want to paint and not play at all. That's fine. And some people don't want to paint. Great. We have an option for you. So you can buy a completely painted set. So you just pull it out of the bag, uh, stick it on the table, and away you go. No brushes, no paint. You don't have to deal with any of that. So we have something for everybody to meet you where you're at, and that's what we consider a whole hobby aspect of gaming. The rules, as you know, we've been playtesting our rules for 6 years now. So the guards rule system is pretty much bulletproof. We have an easy army builder so that you can build your army from scratch. You know, um, for all you guys that like to tinker with that kind of thing, and then you can put that army up on up on the Easy Army Builder, print it out, give it to your opponent. They can do the same thing with theirs, so you know who you're fighting against and that all the points match up and everything. So you know all their special abilities without having to ask. I thought that was just a courtesy for people who are playing in wargaming. It makes it easy for people, and that's one of the things that we wanted to make sure that the game was easy to get into. After going to conventions and beta testing, we noticed that we could probably teach the game in about 15 minutes, but people come back and they play it again and again and again. Because each time you play, it plays a little different. You have something a little bit different. So that's something that we have. Um, the rules are flexible enough. So if you want to play it historical, you can. Or if you want to play it ahistorical, you can do that also. Um, you can run anything you have in your collection. There'll be stat lines for it. And if it's not, use the Easy Army Builder, the Guards Easy Army Builder, to just build it out the way you want to build it. It's just that easy. We and some people ask us uh, about the miniature scales. So we've sent out a lot of miniatures for review and compared them with other companies. People say we're either big 25 millimeter or we're true 28 millimeter. So if you compare it to something like Warlord and some of the other companies, their bodies tend to be 25 millimeter on their American infantry, but then their heads, their hands, and their feet tend to be 30 millimeter. So it's all over the place on scale. And it's kind of hard to compare, but that's the range that we fall in. Our battle suits tend to be 30 to 32 uh, tall because they're big, gigantic battle suits, and they're meant to be oversized, hulking monsters like that. Our vehicles are all 156 scale. All the vehicles that we sell for our game are 156 scale, and you can mix and match, as you see fit. Because all human beings aren't the same size, so feel free to do with as you see fit. We're not like you know really strict about that. It's your army. Play it how you want to play it, as long as you and your opponent agree. Um, so not only does the game come with all the stat cards and all the tokens and all the units that you need to play, but we'll also be expanding on that. We will have new stat cards for every unit that we create. Every model we create will have its own stat card. That's another reason why we're thinking about doing the subscription box, is that every month we could then release new stats for everybody um, that buys our miniature. So if you want stat cards, we put it in the subscription box, send it out to you every month. Um, and I know it takes a little bit longer to get to some of the more obscure vehicles and weapons, but because sometimes they only make like 200 or something, or you know, or it only got the prototype stage, but you want to use it in a game. That's not a problem at all. Um, and we also have uh, the stretch goals for the Kickstarter. There are so many things that we're going to bring your way, besides the custom dice, besides the pill tank, the the larger version of our ball tank from our previous Kickstarter, as well as full miniatures lines for all of the African American units that fought in World War II, and decals for all of those units, and all customized tokens for all of those units. And it'll take some time to go through that. So you have years of content that'll be coming out. So when you buy into the guard system and you play this era of World War II with Empire's Fall, you will have a lot of support from us. So as we go to conventions throughout the year, we usually do 8 to 10 conventions a year. You'll be able to play there. We have tournaments at the Tabletop Minions Expo in Wisconsin. And that's when we have our showdown for our top 10 players. You bring your army list, they bring their army list, and you guys just fight it out. And then we have prizes that we give out to the winners. We'll probably do that at Adepticon too, if we can get back to doing conventions. So that'll be something to look forward to in the future, and it will be fully supported by us, just like every other tournament. Even though it's not a tournament game, but just people will be playing for for prizes and for the fun of the game, and to show off your armies and all the cool stuff you guys have created, and things that you're using. So we're really looking forward to being able to um, do things with you guys, to be able to promote um, the guards rule system, our miniatures line, make sure you get the highest quality products that you can get, and by you backing this Kickstarter and pushing it over the top, getting us really in there, we here at Gaddis Gaming appreciate it. We want you guys to have safe and happy holidays, and we wish you the best in getting your miniatures to the table, and we'll see you on the Empire's Fall Kickstarter. All right, guys. Happy holidays.